Mississippi FFA, get on your feet. It's tunnel time. Let's make sure our tunnels are all the way straight from the back to the front in a straight line. Introducing your 2023-2024 State Officer Team. Your State Sentinel from the Clarkdale FFA chapter, Connor Todd. Your State Reporter from the Newton County FFA chapter, Drew Stevens. Your State Treasurer from the Neshoba Central FFA chapter, Brody Sanderson. Your State Secretary from the Pontotoc Ridge Career and Technical Center FFA chapter, Shannon Wilson. Your Vice President from the Newton County FFA chapter, Josie Johnson. And your State President from the Neshoba Central FFA chapter, Ashton Luke. And the Session 4 advisor from the Pontotoc Ridge Career and Technical Center FFA chapter, Clint Young.
To order. We are now holding the 4th General Session of the 91st Mississippi FFA State Convention. Madam Vice President, are all officers at their stations?
I shall call the roll of officers, determine if they are at their station, and report back to you. Madam President, the Sentinel.
Stationed by the door.
Your duty's there.
Through this door pass many friends of the FFA. It is my duty to see that the door is open to our friends at all times and that they are welcome. I care for the meeting room and paraphernalia. I strive to keep the room comfortable and assist the President in maintaining order.
The reporter.
The reporter is stationed by the flag.
Why by the flag?
As the flag covers the United States of America, so I strive to inform the people in order that every man, woman, and child may know that the FFA is a national organization that reaches from the state of Alaska to the Virgin Islands and from the state of Maine to Hawaii.
The treasurer.
Stationed at the emblem of Washington,
Your duties there.
I keep a record of receipts and disbursements, just as Washington kept his farm accounts, carefully and accurately. I encourage thrift among the members and strive to build up our financial standing through savings and investments. George Washington was better able to serve his country because he was financially independent.
This secretary.
Stationed by the ear of corn,
Your duties there.
I keep an accurate record of all meetings and correspond with other secretaries wherever corn is grown and FFA members meet.
The advisor.
Here by the owl.
Why stationed by the owl?
The owl is a time-honored emblem of knowledge and wisdom. Being older than the rest of you, I'm asked to advise you from time to time as the need arises. I hope that my advice will always be based on true knowledge and ripen with wisdom. Madam Vice President, why do you keep a plow at your station?
The plow is the symbol of labor and tillage of the soul. Without labor, neither knowledge nor wisdom can accomplish much. My duties require me to assist at all times in directing the work of our organization. I preside over meetings in the absence of our president, whose place is beneath the rising sun.
Why is the president so stationed?
The rising sun is the token of a new era in agriculture. If we will follow the leadership of our president, we shall be led out of the darkness of selfishness and into the glorious sunlight of brotherhood and cooperation. Madam President, all officers are at their stations.
Thank you, Madam Vice President. The Secretary will call the roll of members.
I am pleased to announce that at this, the 4th General Session of the 91st Mississippi FFA Convention, that there are 412 registered members and guests.
Thank you. FFA members, why are we here? To practice brotherhood, honor agricultural opportunities and responsibilities, and develop those qualities of leadership which an FFA member should possess. May we accomplish our purposes, I now declare this, the 4th General Session of the 91st Mississippi FFA Convention, duly open for the transaction of business or attention to any matters which may properly be presented.
Passion. Passion is the desire to be dedicated to a certain task or goal. Whether it's a SAE, contest, or officer position, we all hold a passion for something within this organization. I remember being so passionate about my animal management SAE because I was getting to do something I love to do and learn more about animals. Fellow members and guests, I challenge you to find something you are passionate about and dedicate yourself to it fully. Spark your passion.
Your head chair is someone who always has a strong mind, steady heart, and a story to tell. While your co-chair is always someone who can make everyone smile and laugh and always gives the best hugs. Mississippi FFA, your head chair, Brody Sanderson, and co-chair, Josie Johnson.
Okay, guys, I'm just getting a wee bit cold.
Well then, you're always cold.
Yeah, but I'm colder than normal.
Well then we need to get more sticks to put in the fire.
But it's dark out there.
I'm sorry, but if you don't want to freeze, then we got to get more sticks in the dark.
Ugh, fine.
Let's go. Come on. Get 'em.
This is so much better.
See, all it takes is a little bit of passion. In this session, we will hear from your past state officers, hear state contest winners, and proficiency awards.
We will also be recognizing our state FFA degree recipients, Stars Over Mississippi, our national FFA scholarship recipients, and we'll be hearing the retiring address of your 2023-2024 State Secretary Shannon Wilson.
Mississippi FFA, are you ready to spark your passion?
Let's do this. Are you ready for a comeback? Are you ready to fly? Are you ready for the moment? Get ready to ride. Calling all the fighters, calling on survivors. Are you up all nighters? We can take it higher. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this.
Today, we would like to recognize those individuals that have inspired others and helped this association function in the past and still do to this day. These individuals were not only members of the FFA, but were and still are leaders today. I would like to recognize the past state officers of our association who are in attendance. Please hold all applause until the end. State officers who served from 1970 to 1980. State officers who served from 1981 to 1990. State officers who served from 1991 to 2000. State officers who served from 2001 to 2010. State officers who served from 2011 to 2023. Please join me in a round of applause for these amazing individuals.
The National Chapter Award Program recognizes FFA chapters that successfully complete an annual program of activities. which includes a series of activities designed to encourage its members to grow as individuals, work as a team, and serve others ahead of themselves. These chapters' applications will be evaluated and scored by the National FFA organization as a part of the National Chapter Award Program. Join me in congratulating the following chapters. Houston, Lawrence County, and West Jones. Congratulations to all of our National Chapter Award programs.
At this time, we will be presenting a few of our state FFA contest awards. FFA members competed for the state finals in food science and technology and nursery landscape. In alphabetical order, we will call the names of the top 3 teams or individuals to the stage, then we will present their placings.
In the junior nursery landscaping, in the junior food science and technology event, which is sponsored by Enterprise Aquatics LLC, we have members from the Boca Chico and Raleigh FFA chapters. In second place, Boca Chico. And in first place, Raleigh.
In the Senior Food Science and Technology event, which is sponsored by Enterprise Aquatics LLC, we have members from the Houston, Newton County, and Tremont FFA chapters. In third place, Newton County. In second place, Tremont. In first place, the team that will be representing Mississippi at the National FFA Convention in October is the Houston FFA chapter.
In the Junior Nursery Landscape Career Development event, our state champions are from the Puckett FFA chapter.
In the Senior Nursery Landscape Career Development event, we have members from the Houston, Newton County, and Tremont FFA chapters. In third place, Houston. In second place, Newton County. In first place, the team that will be representing Mississippi at the National FFA Convention in October is the Tremont FFA chapter. Congratulations to all of our state contest winners.
SAEs are supervised agricultural experiences, which is one part of our three-circle model. The three-circle model consists of the classroom, FFA organization, and our SAEs.
There are so many choices when it comes to these experiences. You probably already have one and don't even realize it. Your experience can be leadership or workforce-based. It can be anything from owning livestock to working at a vet clinic or grocery store. Your experience is unique to you. Here are some of our own experiences.
My SAE is in the area of agricultural services. This June marks 10 years of being a serviceman. I am responsible for bringing water to facilities such as warehouses, barns, and deer processing plants. From setting fixtures to total reconstruction, my job allows me to start from the ground up. My SAE has taught me adaptability, patience, and problem solving.
Proficiency Awards honor FFA members who, through their supervised agricultural experiences, have developed specialized skills that they can apply towards their future careers.
In the Agricultural Services category, which is sponsored by Coastal Plain Farm, the winner is John Hodge Murphy from the Houston FFA chapter. John Hodge's SAE consists of working for People's Livestock Auction. People's Livestock Auction was originally started by his grandfather over 50 years ago and has weekly cattle and calf sales. John Hodge's weekly duties include the variety of tasks required to keep the auction functioning, like feeding cattle, maintaining herd health, fixing machinery, and even hauling loads of cattle. Congratulations, John. In the Diversified Agricultural Production category, which is sponsored by Coastal Plain Farm, the winner is Waylon Patterson from the Tremont FFA chapter. Waylon's SAE consists of caring for beef cattle, chickens, recreation areas, landscape, and fruit trees. Waylon's weekly duties vary drastically depending on which SAE he is working on. He is often required to pursue and mulch fruit trees, feed and medicate cattle, care for and clean after chickens, cut trails and chop firewood, and mow and weed eat yards. Congratulations, Waylon. In the Diversified Livestock Production category, the winner is Gavin Burt from the Houston FFA chapter. Gavin's SAE consists of working for G&M Farms. G&M Farms is owned by Gavin's parents and has been in operation for over 20 years and produces cattle and hay. Gavin is responsible for caring for cattle and horses, and his weekly tasks include feeding, training, tagging, and vaccinating these animals until the summer, when he is responsible for the hay season for the whole farm. Congratulations, Gavin! In the forage production category, the winner is Bryce Parker from the Stringer FFA chapter. Bryce's SAE consists of working for Parker Farms. Bryce is primarily responsible for overseeing the production and management of ryegrass and bale hay, but he also helps to maintain cattle and poultry operations. He is responsible for planting and managing both ryegrass and hay fields, determining proper dates for planting and harvesting, as well as caring for his equipment. Congratulations, Bryce. In the sheep production category, the winner is Byron Lopez from the Pine Grove FFA chapter. Byron's SAE consists of showing Dorper sheep. Byron has shown 6 different head of Dorper sheep and will continue to do so throughout his chapter. He is primarily responsible for feeding, watering, and training his sheep. He spends a lot of time working with each individual sheep to ensure they have a proper connection and work well together in the show ring. Congratulations, Byron. In the small animal production and care category, the winner is Brianna Moore from the Stringer FFA chapter. Brianna's SAE consists of raising rabbits. Brianna spent many hours researching rabbits before purchasing her first rabbit this year and all the necessary equipment to care for it. She is responsible for training, feeding, and watering this rabbit. Brianna looks to expand her program to include more rabbits and possibly sheep and goats. Congratulations, Brianna. In the beef production category, which is sponsored by Coastal Plain Farm, we have members from the Forrest Scott and Pisgah FFA chapters. Peyton Piner is from the Forrest Scott FFA chapter. Peyton's SAE consists of working with beef cattle and poultry on his family farm. His weekly duties consist of cutting and baling hay, feeding and watering both cattle and poultry, and planning for possible issues that may arise. Congratulations, Peyton. Kenneth Boatner is from the Pisgah FFA chapter. His SAE consists of working for Penn's family farm. He watches over cattle, horses, and farm dogs. His responsibilities include medicating animals, maintaining facilities, and helping with the cattle management plan. Congratulations, Kenneth. The winner is Peyton Piner from the Forrest Scott FFA chapter.
The State FFA degree is the highest honor that the State Association can bestow upon a member. The state degree is an achievement that is awarded to members who exemplify chapter leadership and community service.
These members participate in local and state level activities and have completed a set number of hours of instruction in SAE growth and productivity.
Once a member has achieved the coveted state degree, the door is open to many opportunities. The state degree represents your hard work and dedication to the state association.
You're helping to pave the way in the agricultural industry, and we urge you to continue chasing the golden key of the American degree.
The State FFA degree is awarded to FFA members who have demonstrated the highest level of commitment in the Mississippi FFA Association and made vast accomplishments in their supervised agricultural experiences. After earning the State FFA degree, a member then becomes eligible for the highest honor a member can receive, the American FFA degree. We shall proceed with the degree ceremonies. Madam Secretary, what have you to report concerning candidates eligible for this degree?
I am pleased to submit the names of 53 candidates who have been selected by the State Executive Committee to receive the State FFA degree.
Our Constitution sets up minimum qualifications which must be met before candidates are eligible for election to this degree. Madam Advisor, have you carefully examined and reviewed the records of these candidates?
I have, Madam President, and have found all candidates fully qualified.
We will now proceed to raise the members to the State FFA degree. Will the candidates please rise?
The State FFA degree is the highest degree our state association can bestow. Some of you will one day earn the coveted and golden key of the American FFA degree. We urge you to maintain throughout your adult lives the same enthusiasm and dedication that you do today.
It is a great honor to be nominated for the State FFA degree. It is still a greater honor to be nominated for this degree by your fellow members of the Mississippi FFA Association.
Your new achievement brings you greater honor as well as additional responsibilities. You have widened the field of your service and influence in the strengthening of agriculture, the most basic industry of our nation.
You have been urged to advance toward higher degrees in the FFA. We commend you for your accomplishments and encourage you to work towards new and higher goals in our organization and in your chosen occupation.
In meeting the requirements of the Green Hand and Chapter FFA degrees, you were told that the golden charm of the State FFA degree was awaiting you. The bronze emblem of the Green Hand gave way to the silver emblem of the Chapter FFA degree, which has now evolved into that golden charm. This is symbolic of growth and development in your chosen occupation. May the permanence of the rare and golden qualities of the emblem be a constant reminder of the strength of your education and the worthiness of your achievement. Therefore, on behalf of the Mississippi FFA Association, I confer upon you to the State FFA degree with its honors and privileges, and present to you this charm, the emblem of the state degree.
From the Alcorn Central FFA Chapter, Mackenzie Dixon. From the Brandon FFA Chapter, Lacey Stringer. From the Brooklyn FFA Chapter, Madison Pope. From the Clarkdale FFA Chapter, Tyler Mann, Zachary McAllister, Wyatt Pickard, and Braxton Whitaker. From the Houston FFA Chapter, Gavin Burt. Chris Mooneyham. John Hodge Murphy. And Markira Williams. From the Kossuth FFA Chapter, Ella Mills. From the Lawrence County FFA Chapter, William Hammond. Gracie Rutland. Taylor Rutland, and Hunter Turner. From the Lloyd Star FFA chapter, Bailey Hudson. Chloe McGill. And Kaylee Smith. From the Nanawoya FFA chapter, Elena Whitehead. From the Neshoba Central FFA chapter, Madison Purvis. From the Nettleton FFA chapter, Kylie Brooke Culver. From the Newton County FFA chapter, Samuel Bounds. Lee Marlin Burks. Jace Cheney. Wesley Cooley. Autumn Parker. Lacey Posey. Adam Sable. And Russell Wagner. From the Northeast Jones FFA chapter, River Branch. And Mason Stringer. From the South Panola FFA chapter, Krishawn Ellis. And Aubrey Johnson. From the Stringer FFA chapter, Brianna Moore. From the Tremont FFA chapter, Emma Collum. McKenna King. And Waylon Patterson. From the Union FFA chapter, Dalton Chisholm. Hayden Dolan. Walker Edwards. Cale Grayson. Claire Hennington. Mary Ellen Moore. Hunter Sullivan. From the Vardaman FFA chapter, Carter Helton. From the West Jones FFA chapter, Grayson Foster. Callie Knotts. Maggie Claire Todd. Noah Wellborn. And Hope White. And from the West Lauderdale FFA chapter, Cade Germany. And Hunter Moore. Congratulations again to all of our state degree recipients.
The State Green Hand Degree Star Award will go to the top first-year member enrolled in an agricultural education class based on their supervised agricultural experience. These students have worked diligently and maintained a steady interest in their experience throughout the last year. The State Star Green Hand finalists are Keely Horton from the Forrest Scott FFA chapter, Taylor Barnes from the Lawrence County FFA chapter, and Owen Morris from the South Panola FFA chapter.
Keely Horton is a member of the Forrest Scott FFA chapter. Keely's SAE consists of working for the Circle S Farm. Circle S Farm raises and breeds cattle. Her responsibilities include feeding and medicating cattle, and even assisting in artificial insemination. Congratulations, Keely. Taylor Barnes is a member of the Lawrence County FFA chapter. Taylor's SAE consists of working with her father to raise beef cattle. Taylor is responsible for feeding and vaccinating cattle, as well as fixing and maintaining fences and other structures. Congratulations, Taylor. Owen Morris is a member of the South Panola FFA chapter. Owen's SAE consists of tending cattle and soybeans. Owen is responsible for feeding the cattle on the farm, but also works closely with growing soybeans. This requires him to pull soil samples in the winter, spray fields, bale hay, and harvest soybeans. Congratulations, Owen. Your 2024 State Star Green Hand is Keely Horton from the Forrest Scott FFA chapter.
The State Chapter Degree Star Award will go to the top second year enrolled in an agricultural education class based on their supervised agricultural experience. These students have worked diligently and maintained a steady interest in their experience throughout the last 2 years. The State Star Chapter Degree finalists are Jaden Collier from the Nanawoya FFA chapter, Emma Neth from the South Panola FFA chapter, and Bryce Parker from the Stringer FFA chapter.
Jaden Collier is a member of the Nanawoya FFA chapter. Jaden's SAE consists of raising Brangus heifers. Jaden received a loan to purchase 5 Brangus cows, which she used to learn more about the process of raising cattle. She was responsible for the caretaking, medication, record keeping, and artificial insemination of these heifers. She also profited enough to purchase an additional 3 head of differing breed cattle. Congratulations, Jaden. Emma Neth is a member of the South Panola FFA chapter. Emma's SAE consists of working for Deep South Farms. Deep South Farms raises a variety of livestock. This leaves Emma responsible for cleaning up after, exercising, feeding, and watering livestock. Congratulations, Emma. Bryce Parker is a member of the Stringer FFA chapter. Bryce's SAE consists of working for Parker Farms. Bryce is primarily responsible for overseeing the production and management of ryegrass and bale hay, but he also helps to maintain cattle and poultry operations. He is responsible for planting and managing both the ryegrass and hay fields, determining proper dates for planting and harvesting, as well as caring for his equipment. Congratulations, Bryce. Your 2024 State Chapter Degree Star is Jaden Collier from the Nanawoya FFA Chapter.
In addition to receiving the State FFA degree, these degree recipients have been selected as the State Star in Agricultural Placement finalists and the State Star Farmer finalists. State Star finalists have outstanding supervised agricultural experience programs. The State Star finalists will create a display booth of their SAE program for the State Fair of Mississippi in October. These booths will be judged and awarded premium money based on their creativity and ability to depict their SAE program. These State Star and Agricultural Placement finalists have worked diligently in their Production Enterprise Placement SAE. The State Star and Agricultural Placement finalists are Taylor Rutland from the Lawrence County FFA Chapter, Russell Wagner from the Newton County FFA Chapter, and Krishawn Ellis from the South Panola FFA Chapter.
Taylor Rutland is a member of the Lawrence County FFA chapter. Taylor's SAE consists of working for Plunkett's Farm Supply. Taylor worked with feeds and plants. This made them responsible for bagging and mixing feed rations, repotting plants, and working in the greenhouse to make sure everything was satisfactory to customers. Congratulations, Taylor. Russell Wagner is a member of the Newton County FFA chapter. Russell's SAE consists of working for Po' Boy Rods. During his time with the company, he was responsible for working on vehicles and machinery, driving to get parts, and learning many tips and tricks of the trade. This led to his further employment with Sun South John Deere, where he works on diesel machinery and tractors. Congratulations, Russell. Krishawn Ellis is a member of the South Panola FFA chapter. Krishawn's SAE consists of working at Morris Loan Service. This job required him to work closely with other employees to care for flowers and other plants. He was often responsible for teaching others how to plant and care for flowers, laying sod, completing basic landscaping maintenance, working on irrigation systems, and fixing machinery as needed. Congratulations, Krishawn. Your 2024 State Star in Agricultural Placement is Krishawn Ellis from the South Panola FFA chapter.
The State Star Farmer has excelled in their entrepreneurial agricultural production SAE. This award will go to the member who has worked diligently and has put forth countless hours of hands-on labor with their livestock, produce, or other aspects of their supervised agricultural experience. The State Star Farmer winner is Elena Whitehead of the Nanawoya FFA chapter.
Elena's SAE consists of owning and raising show goats. She originally started her herd with just one doe and buck, but over the course of 8 years has grown her herd to a much larger size. This leaves her responsible for feeding, watering, and medicating her goats. Congratulations, Elena. Congratulations again to all of our State Star finalists and winners.
One day he'll be that farmer, like his grandpa before him, working hard for his family.
Each year, the National FFA organization awards over $2 million in scholarships. These scholarships are sponsored by businesses and individuals through the National FFA Foundation to be awarded to FFA members who have a variety of experiences, career goals, and plans for higher education. The selection process takes into account the whole student: FFA involvement, supervised agricultural experience, community service, leadership skills, and academics. Mississippi FFA is proud to recognize the following scholarship recipients: $1,500 Bayer Grow Ag Leadership Scholarship, Josie Johnson from the Newton County FFA chapter, and Waylon Patterson from the Tremont FFA chapter. $5,000 FFA Future Leadership Scholarship by Tractor Supply Company and Trade, McKenna King from the Tremont FFA chapter.
Let's do this! Are you ready for a comeback? Are you ready to fly? Are you ready for the moment? Get ready to ride. Calling all the fighters, calling on survivors. Are you up all nighters? We can take it higher. Let's do this! Let's do this!
Please welcome to the stage Riley Stanford and Carter Helton for a special introduction.
Hey y'all, I'm Riley Stanford, and I want to tell you about this girl named Shannon. When I first met her, we were in Mr. Young's ag class. We were honorary members of Mr. Powell's because we were over there so much. But we were stringing a fence for some sheep that we wouldn't even get for another year and a half. So we didn't even see them. We graduated before they came. During the process of stringing that fence, though, I found a best friend for life. And I didn't even realize it probably until college, actually. You will honestly never meet a more genuine, hardworking, or kind-hearted person in your entire life. This woman has always strived for the best, and she's made it here. She is your secretary. She does nothing less than the best she can do in everything. If you know her personally, you know that she would do anything to help anyone and to put a smile on their face. Shannon Wilson is truly one of the best people you could ever meet, and I have the blessing of calling her my best friend.
I can't believe it's been almost a year ago I met one of my closest friends. I was introduced to Shannon saying that she has a strong passion to FFA just like I do. It is never a dull moment with Shannon because she can always light up a room with her can-do attitude and joyful spirit. You always feel a ray of sunshine in your heart when you see her smile or just being around her in general. Over the past year, Shannon has become one of my greatest friends, and I couldn't ask for a better friend. I love her like family. She has always been there for me, whether it's helping me with my state degree application or just being there for my graduation or graduation party. Shannon has always been one of my biggest supporters. In everything I've done. She never lets anything break her stride or slow her down, even if she ends up with a knot on her head. She always keeps smiling, even in the hardest parts. One thing is for certain, Shannon loves FFA for what it is and what it stands for, and I know she will accomplish great things in this next chapter of her life. I hope she'll always remember that she will forever be everyone's FFA buddy, but she will always be number one on the top of my list.
Soaking in the rain, baking in the sun. Don't quit till the job gets done. That's the only way I know. Don't stop till everything's gone. Straight ahead, never turn around. Don't back up, don't back down. A full throttle, wide open. You get tired and you don't show it. Dig a little deeper when you think you can't dig no more. That's the only way I know.
Hey, y'all. How are we feeling this afternoon? Okay, I have a huge favor to ask of you guys, and that is that I have always wanted to see how far I could throw one of these. So, I need you guys to be really loud, hype me up, and make sure this goes well, okay? 3, 2, 1. Yikes. So that was pretty rough. That was kind of embarrassing, actually. Today, I want to talk about how we can get better at our goals and how I can improve on whatever that was. And one of the first things that I think about is by practicing, which I hate, by the way. Oftentimes, I feel like if I'm not good at something immediately, then I'm just not good at it. I remember one time, in particular, where I had a solo on the piccolo. Now, for those of you who don't know, the piccolo is like this teeny tiny baby flute where if you don't know exactly what you're trying to play, it kind of sounds like nails on a chalkboard and shattering a crystal glass. So, I walk into band one morning, I sit down, I look at this piece of music, and I immediately hate it. I spend hours staring at this piece of music and doing absolutely nothing with it. So, I walk into band one morning, butcher it in front of the entire band. There are only a few things that I hate worse than practicing, and one of them is being embarrassed. So, I go home and I spend hours practicing. And I mean hours. Finally, with my hands aching and cramping, I make it through the solo. And then, a few hours later, I make it through it again. And then, when the day of the concert rolls around, honestly, it was pretty good. And speaking of practicing, how many of you know somebody who is constantly busy? Maybe it's that guy who plays baseball, plays football, and he runs track. Or that girl who has the best social life, has the best grades, and still works a job. Or maybe it's that friend who is in like 700 clubs, and somehow they're a leader in every one of them. Yeah. How do those people do that? How many of you in here wait until the last minute to plan something? Raise your hands. It's okay, and I see you guys, because I am the world's worst about either having a really, really detailed plan and being upset when things don't go exactly the way I want them to, or having to wait until the last second and then having to fly by the seat of my pants. I used to know a girl right here at Mississippi State who lived in my dorm who was constantly busy, to the point of me not even being sure that she slept most nights. I used to wonder how she did it. How was one person able to support all of the athletic teams, go to class, be involved in clubs, and still have a social life? One day, I walked into her dorm, and for the first time I noticed a massive calendar hanging on her wall with really, really specific, like, make sure you're at this place at this time, or be at the dude by 3:15. She made me realize how much more time I could be using if I utilized it to the fullest. So I want to encourage you guys to find something that keeps you on schedule, whether it's by delegating your tasks, taking time to care for yourself, or just creating a schedule. One of the best ways I've found for myself is to create a good support system. Find those people who remind you when it's time to do those important and big things. And speaking of those big things, there's one more thing I can think about, and that's giving it our all. A lot of you don't know this, but I played softball from the time I was old enough to understand it until about the 10th grade when I threw my elbow out. Now, I may not have always been the best player on the field, but it's something that I've always cared about. So I would get frustrated a lot of the time because I didn't hit a ball into right field, or I didn't catch a pop fly, or I wasn't quite fast enough. I remember one practice in particular where my cousin had lit me a sideways U-shaped tee, very similar to the one you're going to see on the board. Now, the purpose of this was to keep me from rolling my hands over on the ball or swinging above or under the ball. The problem here is that when you would miss the ball, you would hit the tee, and it would jar your hands really, really bad. So, into this batting session, and my hands are aching, my arms hurt all the way up, and I want to quit. I want to be done. But the family rule was you had to quit on a good hit. So, a few swings later, and wham, I hit the tee. My dad, who had been sitting nearby and offering mostly quiet suggestions, stands up, walks over to me, grabs me by my helmet, leans down to my level, and says some words that I will never forget. Kid, give it everything you've got, or don't give it nothing at all. So, these three things, time, practice, and effort, set the stage for us to become the best versions of ourselves. They allow us to chase our dreams. They set the stage for us to become the people that can create the change our world so desperately needs. I want you all to think of one thing that's important to you. That one thing that means more to you than anything else. You got it? All right. Now I challenge you to give it your all.
She's a wildflower that's waiting on a sunny day, waiting on the winds of change to blow. Just a red hot spark that's looking for a little flame, yeah, trying to find the perfect place to grow. She's a wildflower.
Is there a motion to accept the retiring address of Shannon Wilson?
Mr. Chair,
The chair recognizes Russell Wagner from the Newton County FFA chapter.
I accept the retiring address of the 2023-2024 Mississippi FFA State Treasurer Secretary, Shannon Wilson.
Is there a second?
Mr. Chairman,
The chair recognizes Tatum McWhorter from the Houston FFA chapter.
I second the motion to accept Shannon Wilson's retiring address.
All those in favor of accepting the retiring address of your 2023-2024 Mississippi FFA State Secretary Shannon Wilson, say aye. All opposed, say nay. Motion passes. Shannon, from the moment we all met you, you told us that you felt like an outsider. Well, you couldn't be farther from the truth now. I don't know what any of us would do without our Mama Shannon in our corner, going through airports, taking us on drives, and letting us play with the aux cord even when the music was really bad. We don't know what we would do without you. Love, Connor, Ashton, Josie, Drew, and Brody. Mississippi FFA, for the final time, your 2023-2024 State Secretary, Shannon Wilson.
She makes a wish on every single star she sees. Yeah, somewhere deep down she still believes. She prays every night.
Mom and Daddy, throughout my life, you've supported me in whatever wild adventure I'm pursuing. Thank you for always believing in my crazy dreams and reminding me when I have too much on my plate, even if I don't take it to heart. Brittany and Lane, thank you both for accepting me no matter what situation I've gotten myself into. I know I can always turn to either of you for a laugh or when I'm sobbing over whatever silly show has hurt my feelings at the time. I love all of you more than words.
Mississippi FFA, my parents, Paige and Keith Wilson.
Mr. Young, thank you for seeing the potential in me before I ever dreamed about it. Thank you for pushing me in contests and encouraging me when I sought out leadership opportunities. Mr. Powell, thank you for encouraging me through humor and advice, whether it was calling me Madam Presidente when I was elected chapter officer or letting me steal chief anytime we were at school at the same time. You always made me feel right at home.
Mississippi FFA, my advisors, Mr. Clint Young and Mr. Matt Powell.
To bed. Pretty soon her life is gonna change, she just doesn't know it yet. She's a wildflower that's waiting on a sunny days, waiting on the winds of change to blow. Just a red hot spark that's looking for a little flame, yeah, trying to find the perfect place to grow. She's a
Madam Secretary, do you have a record of any further business which should now be transacted?
I do, Madam President. Pre-session for Session 5 will begin at 4 p.m. All state officer candidates, NOMCOM members, and their advisors need to be in Section 117 for a brief meeting. The state officers will have their jackets and markers on the front of the stage for members to sign. Please do so before you leave.
Does any member know of any new or unfinished business which should properly come before this session? We're about to adjourn this, the 4th General Session of the 91st Mississippi FFA State Convention. As we mingle with others, let us be diligent in labor, just in our dealings, courteous to everyone, and above all, honest and fair in the game of life. Fellow members and guests, join me for a salute to our flag. I pledge allegiance to the I now declare this session adjourned.